The show you are about to listen to is intended for mature audience only. There will be things said that may not be appropriate for younger audience and may offend you. We at Whatever Talk would like to apologize in advance, but really, get over it.
What up, though, folks? Welcome to Whatever Talk, the show where we talk about whatever we seem to be talking about at the time you listening to it. I'm your host, Donnie, and I got another guest, Successful Toy.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm great. Hey, thanks for having the courage to come converse.
We talking about whatever that's on your mind. Speak your mind. Don't be shy. This is your time to shine.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people, especially in the religious field, they get heated at the word courage. Like, if you have the courage to come talk, they were like, well, I would have came, but since you used courage, they're like, oh my goodness, seriously? People would tell themselves anything to justify whatever reason they want to.
Yeah, because, I mean, you speak your mind. That's how you feel. You feel differently about something. You feel differently about something. You don't have to agree with everything he has going on. But that just shows you they just not the people for your show. That's it.
Absolutely. Hey.
I'm mad at it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not. It's just hilarious because in general, conversation takes courage.
Mm-hmm.
It just in general, like, it ain't got to be about religion for it to be courage, but
Right.
It does take courage to talk about religion for some reason. But hey, you're here. We about to have some time. I like to talk about my thoughts, and I be having some wild and crazy thoughts about a whole slew of things, like the evolution of turtles, how retarded that is for them to be living this long and not learn how to flip back over yet.
That's crazy because I never even realized that. You just said it like, that is true.
So I like that. I mean, I go from serious to silly things like that. I think everything is something to be talking about. It just, if you want to talk about it or not.
Right.
And how serious you want to be about it. I like to joke about everything. I listened to a bunch of your shows. You sent me the link. I just went down the list listening to them. I'm not too fond of the entertainment. I mean, not the entertainment. I'm sorry, the interviewing style, but you do make it entertaining, and I like that.
Thank you.
You miss conversation with it too, so it's not just 21 questions that you said have on your show.
Right. Like, it's so crazy because I just really opened up to do the interviews. I normally only did, like you've seen, I have 3 different segments. I have regular 21 question where we're talking about everyday questions that people either sending me or they posting on Facebook or they see me, they send me off of Facebook or they have questions that they want my opinion on. And then I have the 21 with a twist, which is a game, a drinking game that is very sexual. So, and then we have conversation where we focus on people mental health. So the interview thing, I just kind of like started that on my podcast, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care about what people got going on personal in their lives.
Oh my Jesus. Really? Really?
I mean, we could talk about it. I'm open to talk about anything. I meant to tell you that too. You can bring whatever thoughts you have on your own as well. But I mean, I don't care what you got going on in your kitchen. I know that doesn't.
I'm just a person that really likes, if my platform can help them grow in any kind of way, or it can get them a new customer. I don't care if it's one new customer. I got you somebody. Like, that's how I just look at it. You're mean, Donnie.
I'm mean?
That is mean.
It's mean for me to not care. I mean, I don't mean that I don't care like to that degree of what you got going on in your kitchen. Like, if you want to talk to me about your kitchen, I'm all for it. I love stories. I like to hear other people's opinions about whatever. I'm not about to sit here and be like, hey, what kind of seasoning you be getting in your kitchen? You know, like, oh, that doesn't appease me. But if you want to talk about that Mrs. Dash, I'm all for it.
Oh my Jesus. Hey, it is what it is. Everybody's different, right?
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
I got going on. You ain't got to be too invested, but damn.
I mean, that's why I say if you want to bring it up, bring it up. But I got a segment called Stupid Phrases or Stupid Rap Lyrics. And in this particular case, stupid movie lines. I was watching Aquaman 2, and I forget the bad guy name. I think it's Mantis is the main bad guy. And he has said, "I'm about to kill me a dead mermaid." And I'm like, they they let that take into the main into the main in the main film. I'm about to kill me a dead mermaid.
How does he kill a dead mermaid? Like, what he meant by that? Did you ever find out like what he meant by killing the dead mermaid?
I think it was just it was something going on how the movie made it because it just went to the next scene. I'm assuming they just had a lot of cutting takes and they said, "Hey, that's a good one. We're gonna go with it."
I'm about to kill me a dead mermaid.
And it'll be a merman instead. He was talking to Aquaman. Merman.
I never even watched that.
You never seen? I'm not a huge fan of the DC movies, but
yeah,
I watch them.
Yeah,
I'm all about the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I'm a comedian person. Like, I like stupid movies.
Hey, I love me some comedy too. Comedy and horror are my favorite genre.
No, I ain't watching no horror.
Horror is, I dig it.
And I just feel like I be having nightmares. The last scary movie I literally watched, you remember The Grudge years ago?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I like that series.
I had a nightmare that bitch was in my room. I was like, I'm not watching no more scary movies.
Yeah, that's a dope series. I like that.
Yeah,
that
was good. It was good, but I got to watch them in the daytime. I can't watch it at night.
Okay, moving on. Because I have thought, like, I want to say some weeks ago, me and my wife was talking, and I was like, how? No, it wasn't my wife, it was my wife's mom. We were talking, and I brought up, like, how, like, back in the day, like, way back in the day, like, in the 1300s or further, or just back in the day when they had maps a long time ago. And it made me wonder, like, how did they map maps without an aerial view? It's like, even if you were to go along the shore of any supposed continent, it's still, how are you mapping the map to make it look like the supposed continent without an aerial view before planes, before any type of hot air balloon, but yet we got them.
Yeah. But I heard that they used to look at the stars to tell the time, right? But still, how is the star telling the time?
Yeah, I don't know about it. I never heard star telling the time. I heard like even using the shadow of a stick or whatever that's poking out of the ground for, like, with the sunlight beaming on it, and you can see the shadow going around the stick or per se, and they using that for a concept of time. I never heard of a star telling time.
Yeah, I could have sworn I heard the story of they used to look at the star to tell the time.
At the time you see the star, it's bedtime. What the heck?
Right. So that's why I'm like, is it that, or is it they saying east, west, or north? They used to look at the star for that. I swear it's the time. I swear he said the time before. And I'm like, how the fuck are you looking at the star to tell the time? But at the same time, how did they make the map if nobody knew where anything was?
I think I think we got to relearn everything. Like, absolutely everything that we were taught growing up. We have to take a second look at it. All of it.
You know, they lied to our great grandparents anyways. So whatever they learned from them, they taught it to us. But now it's like we're old enough now to do our own investigation to see. Let me tell you what happened to me. So I have a Bible in my podcast room, and I have a Bible by my bed. When I tell you, I was reading my devotional journal one day, and it gave me Bible verses to read.
Mm-hmm.
So when I read the journal and then I go in my Bible to find that scripture to read it, why not this Bible in my podcast room didn't have that chapter at all in the book?
Because of revised editions, this is what Jesus really meant to say versus that. Like, I got me
Because
a Bible too.
in my other Bible, that chapter was in that Bible, but it's not in this Bible.
I got a Bible too. I think it was back during I think the printing of this Bible was back during in the 80s, maybe earlier, maybe slightly earlier, but it doesn't have what Bibles of today have in it as well. But I think that comes from I'm not religious nor spiritual. I don't
Yeah.
believe in either one of them, but I do have a religion podcast called Challenge Our Beliefs that I, again, like here, conversation, but religious.
Right.
And from what I researched and came across from Bibles is that we're, especially the American Bible, King James, the Americanized version of the Bible, they pick and choose, mostly like every single religion does, pick and choose which
What they
part
want
they
to
want to put in the Bible that comes from a whole other book of where we get all these verses or writings from. But one of the things that kind of amuses me when it comes to revised editions and people trying to translate the Bible, even though it's already translated for your understanding,
Right.
I still find it kind of strange that you can speak said language, original language of the Bible fluently, but you can't translate it fluently.
Right.
That's
Right.
kind of like how, like that kind of makes no sense to me. But yet it's still here though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like to use Enoch as an example. Enoch is in the Americanized version of the Bible for two lines. Two lines. It just says he was here, then God took him.
Right.
That's literally it. That's literally it. And then coming to find out, this cat got 4 books, 4 whole books. But one of the things that I think that American is really built off brainwashing. I just think humanity itself is built off brainwashing, but America for sure, from American perspective, built off brainwashing. And one of the reasons I can think of, or theories I can think of, that Enoch is not in the Americanized version is that from what I get from, I only read the first one. I got all 4 of them, but I only read the first one. But that first one, what I get from it, that it dimes out God. Kind of tells that he's not all knowing. It tells of another civilization before Adam and Eve. Those giants that's in the Bible that get mentioned, it talks of those and how God kind of allowed it before he just got fed up with it, with the things they were doing, I guess. And so that's in the Ethiopian Bible. Enoch is in the Ethiopian Bible, has all of them in about a dozen more of books that the American version don't have, but
Right.
it has everything that the American version has as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of made me think about the picking and choosing. Like you pick and choose what you want people to be brainwashed with
Right.
or succumb to versus just giving out the whole deal and letting us make the choice if you want to submit to this or not.
Right.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Did you see are you on TikTok?
Yeah. Yep.
Did you see a while ago when they claimed that they found the first Bible? Somebody done found the first Bible.
Ooh, they should not let that be known. No, I didn't see that. I didn't hear anything about that.
It was very, very interesting. It was very, very interesting. And yeah, just know The stuff we read ain't nothing about what the first